happened. I moved. I recently moved, actually. So I no longer live in the great state of New York. I have moved. I now live in Florida. It's fucking hot out. And I can't deal with how hot it is, for real. I wanted to stream because we're playing a game that I have fallen in love with by watching other people play it. But I think there's still something to gain from me playing it. Because, in my opinion, Slay the Princess provides a lot, like, whoever plays it provides a new perspective to how they view the game. The endings, like, there's no good or bad endings, it's just how you perceive the ending. Which I find beautiful in a way. And I really appreciate that, like, artistically. So, it's kind of the little update of me moving. Because that's really, I graduated as well. That's another thing that happened. I graduated. I'm going to be in college in about 3 weeks. So, no guarantee if like I've said in the past, I stream very randomly. It's more of like, am I in the mood? Do I kind of want to, like, put myself out there on the internet? Do I want to kind of give that perspective? I will, so yeah. I will say, no camera. Partially because my room isn't really set up yet. It's a little impromptu even for me. I have no lighting set up. I won't have a lighting set up. So everything's just I'm just gonna be dark, and I don't think anyone wants to see that. On top of that, like, this game I think needs to be viewed. I think seeing people's reaction definitely has a benefit. I think since I've watched 3 separate people play this game, there will be less benefit from seeing my reaction. This isn't going to be me trying to speedrun it. I probably will be trying to find shit I haven't seen before. But at the same time, I am going to try and take it when streamers chop up the YouTube videos, they don't really read through everything. So I'm going to do my best to read through everything, kind of give a good experience to the game, give my own unique perspective on the game as we play. So without further ado, let's hope this works. There we go. Let's slay the princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
The end of the world? What are you talking about? Whenever everyone sees this, it's like, oh my god, there's a lot of options, and I love how there's a lot of options. It's like you can really kind of go with it. Like, take it any way you want. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? Can't someone else do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with ending the world? Do I get some sort of reward for doing this? Oh, okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolution! Suddenly continue to the cabin, turn around, and leave. I'll be honest, we're gonna... Can someone else do this? I think someone else can do this. Also, let me actually read chat. Yes, hi Peck, how's it going? My loyal viewer. I appreciate you. You're my loyal viewer. I won't slay any princesses. I don't know. Have you seen this game before, Peck? This might not go how you expected.
Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't.
You're in for a treat, Peck. You're in for a real treat. Forget it. I'm not doing this.
No,
No.
you have to do it.
I don't want to do this. Okay, look. I'll go to the cabin, and I'll talk to her. And if she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right?
Shit.
She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not
I
slay
mean-
them.
That summed it up. That sums it up.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I'm gonna have to click through this. I see why people don't turn this on auto when they're streaming it, because I gotta be able to talk to chat.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a
See if I can
fine
fix
layer
that.
of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Here, we're gonna put it to 60. I don't think him to be too quiet. It's really important that the game is the game is a little bit quieter than me, because I should not be talking over the game, but I want to make sure I can be heard. So, let's see. I just adjusted it. Let's see how that works.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Now we're gonna hear her out. I'm gonna stick with my thing. We're gonna hear her out. We don't need the blade. We're hearing her out. We're not committing to anything. Taking that blade's committing to killing her. Alright?
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Lie, I'm here to save you. Just checking in on you.
It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting
I
to think
said I'd
they'd
read all of them.
forgotten about me.
I lied. I didn't read through all those ones. That's my bad. It's fine. It's fine.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Oh my god, Peck. Yeah, go to bed, my guy. Definitely go to bed. Just, if you're really curious, just watch the stream later. I'll post it on. It'll be on the YouTube channel, hopefully. See ya. All right.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Hold on. Let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
What's your name?
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
So is Princess your name? I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking? I was sent here to slay you. You're apparently supposed to end the world. What are you doing? What are you going to do if I let you out of here? I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do. I'm sorry, but I just can't trust you. This doesn't add up, and it isn't worth the risk to take your word over the potential fate of the world. Retrieve the blade. Go upstairs to retrieve the blade without saying another word. I can't believe they've been keeping you down here like this. I'm getting you out of here. Okay, I'm gonna get you out of here. Don't make me regret this. See, I love this. I love this shit here, where it's like, it says you're just gonna examine this triggers examining the chains, but they're worded differently. And then how is that affecting shit? It doesn't tell you. But, like, just picking one of these two options drastically affects the game. Okay.
The princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter. It's not like you'd believe me.
Okay. We're gonna go this option.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out. So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
I like that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
And
You have
shit
to
just
make
got
a
dark.
choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Oh, the music change is... Oh, shivers. Okay. Let's get you out of here. Lock her in the basement. The music's making me want to do this. The music's making me want to do this.
Thank turn back to the...
Where are you going?
Oh, I'm so sorry, guys.
You can't just leave me here.
I can read, like, really fucking fast.
Fine. Turn your back on me. But it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. She has to be bluffing, but hurry. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay, if we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all. You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet. Where the princess sat down a moment ago, there's only a severed arm.
That's not good.
Its cooling flesh still chained
That's
to
not
the
good
wall.
at all.
And she is nowhere to be seen. Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
Hello? She lost an arm. I'm locking her down there and letting her bleed out. We're committing.
Your eyes
Let's finish
dart to
this.
the corners of the room. You don't see her. Where is she?
Investigate the arm.
As you step towards the severed limb, you hear the pattering of feet behind you, soft against the basement floor, then loud and desperate against the stairs. You turn to chase after the princess, but she's fast and has too much of a lead. She slams the door behind her before you can make it to the top of the stairs. The lock clicks into place. No!
Thanks for letting me out. I'd return the favor, but I think we both know that I can't trust you to let me stay free.
With those
Don't think
parting
this
words,
through.
the princess walks away, her quiet footsteps eventually fading as she leaves you and the cabin to rot. You're stuck here, alone.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I forgot what happens if you click the door or went to the arm. And I have never had this happen. I've never seen this happen before. So I have no idea what's gonna happen.
It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. You don't know how much time passes before the end, but eventually it comes. The world ends, and you end with it.
Chapter 2. I have no idea what's going on.
You're on a path in the woods.
I'm actually
And
shocked.
at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. Wait, hasn't this happened already? Okay, no. But I died. What am I doing here? Okay, no.
Don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth, and all this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We were just weighing our options in a morally ambiguous situation. You can't blame us for weighing our options.
Exactly. The voice of the opportunist gets me.
I can if you failed to slay the princess, which you apparently did. So great. Congratulations.
Yeah,
You've
that's
been given
bad.
another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. The princess locked us in a basement, we eventually died, and now everyone's right back where they started. Sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? That's a very good point. This princess character seems like a lot of trouble, and if you think about it, actually slaying her probably breaks us out of this cycle, right? We don't want to be stuck here forever, do we? You're laying it on a little thick, aren't you? Laying it on a little thick? What are you talking about? I'm sharing my honest opinions. What matters is that almost everyone seems to be on the same page. So whenever you're ready, you can stop dawdling, get to the cabin, and save the world.
Let's talk about this
Just be
princess.
quick about it.
Alright? She killed me last time around. How can I make sure that doesn't happen again? All she did last time was lock me in the basement until I died. Don't get me wrong, I hated it. But how can someone like that end the world? Who locked her in that basement? What is this place?
She just can. But that doesn't mean you're not fully up to the task that's been given to you. Have a little faith in yourself, and maybe try not to get tricked this time. People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Yeah, the narrator is very ambiguous. You're being cagey.
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail will just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word. I don't think either of you really need to press the man on this. He wants us to slay the princess, so why would he have anything to hide? He seems like a nice guy to me. I appreciate the vote of confidence, but you should really stop wasting time chatting amongst yourselves in the woods. So if we could move this along?
If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are.
I don't remember that being a dialogue. That's new dialogue for me, I think.
Oh, I didn't know we were special. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here? Good point. That really
Really
explains almost everything. I'm not so sure about that. You know, you're right, but it explains almost everything.
She killed me last time. How can I make sure that doesn't happen again?
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world. Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you.
We're gonna save here, because I do want to come back to this.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie She will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Don't worry, I think we've taken that lesson to heart at this point. You can trust us to get the job done. The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the muddy shelf, the blade sitting on the muddy shelf, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. But he says there isn't one. That's got to count for something, right?
I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am. Trust my eyes. What do you lie about there not being a mirror? What's the point?
I'm sure we look great. If only there was some sort of reflective surface we could examine. Absolute shame there isn't anything like that around here. You do see it, right? I don't know how to read. I see all sorts of things. But do you see the mirror? It's a simple yes or no question. Help me out here, will you? I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? Let you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
Yes. This is a whole different cabin than last time.
Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. Well, at least we can all agree now that there's nothing to see here. Case closed. Good work, everyone.
We're gonna take the blade.
We're
going for the heart on this one.
It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it. That's not actually a bad idea. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
He always says that.
Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
I'm not nasty. Hello. Say nothing. I'm not
You
nasty.
are. You're a wretched little thing.
I'm not nasty.
I
nasty.
recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
See? She knows us. Is this enough for you to believe what we've been saying? Maybe, but you shouldn't let that cloud your judgment. She's just a princess. As long as you remember that and remain focused, slaying her will be easy. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions?
That's so true, though. You know, I'm laughing at him because he's, like, annoying the narrator, but it's so true.
Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess.
Debate on how to stab her.
Fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
You're the one who got all dark and creepy on me.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
She's acting like she already knows you. I guess what you said back in the woods really was true. That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it.
Opportunist is probably one of my favorite voices in the game. There's another one that we'll get that I'm probably just gonna get to it, like, on the next run, just because. For those of you who haven't played the game, you'll find out what I mean by next run.
So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. You fought us on it back in the woods. That was when the only perspectives we had were yours and mine. I'm just glad we could...
Oh, oopsie. Okay, don't right click. That saves the game.
Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy.
Fuck you, opportunist. I'm going for the throat this time.
Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
She killed me last time. She locked me in a basement. She didn't even try to kill me. She just locked me in a basement until she ended the world. Like, that's fucked up.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
I'm sorry about last time. Look, I made a mistake. We all make mistakes, right? I'm sure you've made mistakes. Don't worry about the blade. Don't worry, the blade isn't for you, or not for killing you. We've got to get you out somehow, right? I get the sense you're not happy with me. I didn't do shit to you last time. You're the one who locked me away until I died. I died last time, you didn't. If anyone here should be trusted, it's you. Look, I know things got messy last time, but I think there's something bigger than both of us at work. We should team up. Can't you get out of those on your own? Those changes didn't stop you last time. Why do I have a nagging feeling you're gonna stab me in the back if I help you out of here? I don't want to hurt you, but clearly there's some broken trust. Take this as a gesture of my goodwill. I don't trust you, not enough to free you, and definitely not enough to get close to you. I'm leaving. Bye. Leave her in the basement. I like to be straightforward with my intentions. I didn't care how you treated me last time, and I think you might be a danger to the world. I'm going to attack you now.
Do you think that being direct with your ill will frees you from its wickedness? Murder and betrayal are still murder and betrayal, whether you state your intentions or keep them hidden behind your back.
See, this is why we never tell people what we're actually thinking. She's just as mad, only now she's ready for us.
I had to go the dialogue option.
Still, better a violent fool than a plotting coward. Better for me, I mean.
As you close the distance, readying your strike.
The
Princess's
knives
chain
out and
falls
masks
from her
off.
wrist.
Directly attack a suspicious character. I just got that achievement. As you close the distance, riding your strike, the princess chains fall from her wrist.
She takes advantage of your split second of surprise and throws a fistful of dirt into your eyes. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. It's a shame we're playing opposite teams. This is why you couldn't just abandon her here. Left to her own devices, she would always find a way out. Now stop her.
You must have known I would be ready for you. Deep in your heart, you know the same things about me I know about you. We're both so very awful.
As you brush the silt from your eyes, the princess tackles you, flattening you against the dirt floor.
We were always going to kill each other here, weren't we? I can't trust you, and you can't trust me, and those doubts spin and spin and spin into hate.
She buries her teeth deep into your chest, tearing
Jesus.
it. Right, she's distracted. Stab her in the back.
He fucking interrupts the narrator.
In for a penny, right? Why not? As the princess rips meat from bone, you plunge your weapon into her unprotected back.
Bastard! Even face to face, you find a way to stab me in the back. I know you, and you're hideous, absolutely wretched, just like me.
Maybe we are the same. So what? Throw her off us, kick her in the shins. We don't have to fight so dirty. Of course we do. Fighting clean won't help us win. It takes a wretch to know a wretch, and we're all at the...
God damn it. Takes a wretch to know a wretch, and we're all at the bottom of the barrel here. There's no point in pretending otherwise.
Are we? At the bottom of the barrel. We've got dirt in our eyes and a chunk of us chewed out. If that's not the bottom of the barrel, what is? No arguments here. You're doing great. Keep playing dirty if that's what it takes. But if we win, we won't be at the bottom anymore. We'll have climbed a little higher. And once we start climbing, well, who knows where we'll stop? You'll stop right here if you keep daydreaming. Don't let yourself get distracted thinking about what comes after. None of us ever said we stopped fighting. What a low and vicious fight it is. Eyes gouged, skin scratched bloody, hair ripped and nails broken. Every rule there ever was in the book of honorable combat, both you and the princess have broken a dozen times over. That's nice and all, but are we winning? Nobody's winning. I thought playing dirty was supposed to give you the upper hand, but I suppose that doesn't work if you both sink to the same lows. Still, at least you're not losing. The princess cackles maniacally as the battle continues. But behind her cackle, you hear the low groan of warping wood. Wait, what's going on? We're establishing a newer, better pecking order. No, the groaning thing. Why is the wood making noise? Who cares about the groan? It's just a sound. Things make sounds all the time. I care about the groan. Doesn't that mean something bad is happening? Oh, yes, well, I'm afraid that's the sound of the basement getting smaller.
Do you hear that, you pathetic wretch? Those are the roots of the wild, and they're coming to choke the breath from your lungs and squeeze the life out of you.
Ooh.
Excuse me, what? You and the princess disengage for a brief moment, just long enough to get your bearings. Behind you, the basement door has been sealed over, thick roots barring your only exit from the dirt pit.
And we're...
And slowly, but very perceptibly, the roots are closing in on you both.
And we're trapped in the basement again. How did I do this twice?
That's right. They're coming for you. And they won't stop until there's nothing left down here but them.
Does that mean she dies as well? Job done, I'd say. But they'll crush you just as easy as they'll crush me. Make them stop. You can make them stop, right? Not animals, we're people. We can work this out. We can make things better. I take it all back. I can help you get out of here. You and I can work together. We can be friends. I'm sorry. Give up and await your death and go out fighting. We're gonna do this first.
As long as you suffer while you die, I'll gladly suffer with you. Especially if I get to see it happen.
This doesn't help anyone. I can't believe she'd kill us both just to spite me. See,
Spite us.
This is exactly why you've been tasked to slay her. She's an antisocial monster who'll gladly burn the whole world for her satisfaction.
I don't like how how the narrator refers to her as an antisocial monster. Like, I feel like they're just dissing antisocial people everywhere.
The roots grow ever closer. We know. We can see them.
I need to They're pressing on you. This sucks. I want to put that, but nah, we're going out fighting, baby.
Once more, the two of you fall into a vicious brawl. The basement continues to shrink as you fight, but neither of you pay it any more mind. Not until it's too late. The roots twist around you both, binding your limbs and rendering you helpless. As your fates close in, all you can do is watch her, and all she can do is watch you. At first it's almost gentle. The two of you lift it delicately off the ground, but the cradle of the growing roots soon gives way to tightness, and that tightness gives way to bulging pressure as they begin to constrict. The sound of creaking wood is drowned out by the snaps and pops of your bones, pain flooding your senses as you feel your skin deform, being shaped unnaturally by the living basement. Tears well up in the princess's eyes, her own bones splintering and flesh swelling with trapped blood. But still she smiles through it all.
I can't wait to do this again, you wretched little thing. I hate you, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
The pressure is unbearable.
God.
You can't breathe, your vision swimming with red, your head pounding as everything tightens.
Holy shit. Look at that. Look at the fucking art. It's amazing.
And then you pop. Everything goes dark. And you die.
Chapter 3, The Wild.
We are a path in the woods. We have no beginning, and we have no end. But something cold and unnatural sits watching us from just beyond our edge.
I don't know what's happening. This is new. This is very new.
His gaze pushes against our borders, curling them in on themselves, preventing them from stretching to the places they need to reach.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're on a path in the woods. Who's even saying that? That's not the princess, is it? Oh no. How many times have you been here?
Only 3?
I think this is our 3rd? That's bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2. If you're at 3, well, no wonder things aren't the way they're supposed to be. Let's get our facts straight. What happened last time? What could you have possibly done for things to be like this?
The princess got really dark. We decided to kill the princess. We went to grab the dagger. We went downstairs. She broke out. She gnawed out of her chain. So we went to investigate the hand, and then she locked us in the basement. And then we died. Then we woke up again. We asked some questions. We went to just go straight up kill the princess because she's clearly evil. She locked us in the basement. Obviously. And now we're back here, and then we fought the princess. We just kept fighting her until the vines of the wild killed us, which is a thing, I guess. And yeah, that's what happened.
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us. He tries to grasp at things that cannot be grasped. He tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of the eye or with a passing glance.
Shut up. The rest of you, talk. What happened? What did you do?
Sure, there's no reason to keep secrets. Someone decided to go in guns blazing last time, and that someone got us killed.
Yeah. And? Got an issue with that? Opportunist?
What should we have done? Let you draw things out with all that conniving? Everyone knows a straight fight is best. It's honest. There's no need to bicker about it. I wasn't trying to start anything. I don't mind what happened to us. I kind of like it now that we aren't actively being crushed. Yeah, now that you mention it, this isn't so bad.
And it's not like the fight is what killed us anyway, it was the cabin. No point worrying about who charged who when that place ground us all into paste in the end. The princess included.
It was a fitting end. I'm sorry if it hurt, but doesn't this make it all seem so small?
I see. So the cabin ground you into paste, and now you're convinced you're stuck together. What a mess.
Oh, that's weird. That's very like a weird interpretation of that ending.
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together. We're one. This is how we're supposed to be. Can't you feel it?
This thing watching us. What is he? Why should anyone do anything right now? This is fine. I like being this. Why are you being nice to me? Don't you hate me? Don't we sort of hate each other? I feel the pressure of the outside pushing on us. What are you supposed to do about it? This is how we're supposed to be, but what do we do now? Whatever we are right now is an abomination. I want out. I don't like this. I'm supposed to be me and you're supposed to be something that isn't me. Okay, narrator. How do I stop her? Do nothing. Why should anyone...
We can't go back to that. We can't go back to the doubting and the hatred and the schemes. Not after being something as beautiful as this.
I don't know what's happening. Okay. My bad.
Doesn't all that conflict feel so far away right now? So petty? We've been posed against each other by something that understands the strength of our unity.
Spoken like, honestly, a real puppet master. Have we considered that maybe she's the one trying to trick us?
I'm not.
I'm not.
But there's a feeling, isn't there? That petty feeling she mentioned, it is fuzzy, but it's there. Almost like she still hates us.
It feels mutual.
Please, stop. If you pay attention to that feeling, we'll fall apart.
Don't look at it!
She's trying to turn you away from the truth. There's something she doesn't want you to see. I think you already know you have to look at it. Hold yourself together. We're no strangers to effort. We can push this back down. Something might do us in eventually, but I'll be damned if that something is a thought.
Bury it now before it's too late. Gaze at the hatred in your heart. I'm gonna go with the gaze at the hatred in your heart. Because the other option is just unhealthy, in my opinion. So, yeah, let's do it, baby.
Please, don't make us remember how we were.
And just like that, you start to fall apart.
Right, she really does hate us, and we hate her. It hurts thinking about us as separate things, but we're separate. We can't hate ourselves. I love me. We never got to see the end of that fight, did we? And we can't both be winners. One of us has to beat the other, right?
That is so, like... That's so true of just in general. Like, you don't want to hate yourself. It's not healthy. Love yourself. It's like the little mini theme right here for y'all. Love yourselves, alright?
I don't want to remember what it felt like to be killed. It was so much nicer when it didn't feel like it mattered. And yet you keep remembering. You remember the loathing and animosity you've shared with the princess, the pain and the anger and the betrayal. And you start to remember something else, too. You remember that you are a distinct being with a finite form and a mortal body. You can feel it. There is a shifting of the space around you, the infinitesimal movement of your molecules rearranging back into the shape of what you're meant to be.
Maybe bygones can't be bygones. I don't know why I ever wanted to share a body with you, of all things. It's like my very soul reeks of yours. That was horrible. This is better, finally. I'll be able to hurt you like you deserve.
See, but at the same time, this ending seems to be going in the direction of just, like, don't let go of hate for others, which is weird. Because together, they hated themselves. I mean, I guess it's the love story portion of this. There's a love story portion of this. It's like, together you're hating yourself, but separately, you hate each other. And maybe that's better. That's what I'm getting away from this, personally. But one thing about this game is a lot about perspective. So it really depends on how you look at this, which to me is like very artistic. Like art, you should actually, it shouldn't just be a fucking like blob on a thing and that's how you interpret it. No, it should be intricate, and that's intricacy, and that just change in perspective that you personally have is how you should view it.
I wish I didn't have to.
Some division, when sown,
Tears can never be
truly
mended.
be mended. A cavernous gash rips across whatever it was you thought you were. A cabin comes into being among the trees. It approaches, and it swallows your body whole. And then you find yourself, blade in hand, exactly where you need to be. At the center of it all is the princess, a wooden and fleshy heart beating with an unbroken rhythm. You're filled with a sense of purpose. Strike at her. End this once and for all.
Kill me then, if you hate me so much. Just get it over with.
This doesn't feel like a fight. This isn't what I wanted.
Yeah, no, I
Where's
don't like
the
this.
victory in this? Well, this should be easy. If you're sure about it. I mean, what's the point of being king of the hill if there's no one around to be better than? We'd just be sitting on a hill.
Do we have to do this? You have to. You know you have to.
Not really. I never wanted to kill you. Not really. But we can't be the same thing as each other. I need to put an end to whatever happened to us. I'm gonna cut her free. Let go of the hate, man, you know?
Devious little bastard. If you think I'm going to let you free her, you have another thing coming. And that other thing is... We'll just have to wait and find out when it happens.
Just ignore him. What's he gonna do? Lecture us into submission? He can talk all he wants. He's weak. Thinks he can boss us around when he doesn't have any authority. We're clearly the ones with authority around here, so we can do whatever we like.
You're tired, aren't you? No, I'm not. I'm... Fine. Whatever. Cut the princess down from the roots that bind her. I hope you're happy. Good luck getting her out of here.
I didn't think you would do that after everything. It's so cold without you.
But you don't get a chance to respond. Something has taken her away and has left something else in her place.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I don't know where she went, and I don't know how we would even go looking for her. The narrator is gone. I think I'm supposed to look at that mirror.
Does this mean we won? You're right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. It's like it's mocking us. He is. Does that mean the world ended?
The world didn't end. We're still here. Come on. We just need to keep going.
We're top of the pecking order now. Right, boys?
I think I've just totally looked.
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should.
Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
If they think it's bad, I'm with them. I'm begging you, don't do this.
The mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
You approach the mirror, gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. The body. It's you. I've never gotten a good look at this image before. Whoa, I'm like yeah, what the fuck? You're like a bird person, dude, for real. You're a monstrous bird person. You're alone in a place that is empty. It's quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you? The gift of a fragile vessel? Is this the end of the world? Let her out of there! Do you know the narrator? Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here? Do you know the worlds beyond this place? Are you the princess? Do we know each other? What happens now? Attack the enemy, destroy your body. Now, this is where I'm kind of going to go off script a little bit here. I'm going to save. You're not normally able to do this. You know, like I play through this normally my first. I'm going to save here. I'm going to do this now because I'll never do it later if I don't do it now. Alright. I'm going to do this. Your will cuts across the enemy in front of you, but nothing happens.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now.
You raise your will to end your life, but as it buries into your space, your body should be you feel nothing at all. One of the many hands in front of you reaches forward and gently touches the side of your face.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
That didn't seem to have any consequences, I'm not gonna lie. I was just curious. No one's ever done that before. No one ever does that because it's like a weird thing to do. But, like, I had to know. What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
I'm a person.
A person. A set of eyes witnessing from one perspective. I think that you are more like me than you are like a person. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
The gift of a fragile vessel?
Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. This one is like a shadow of me, twisting vines in search of answers. She will make for a curious heart. Do not mourn her. She has found what she yearned for.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Let her out of there.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
Are you what sent me here to slay the princess? Or are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But you're always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
How much will I forget?
Everything, until we meet again.
How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be
Right.
here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
I was sent here to slay the princess, to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Okay. Make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark, and you die. A wounded vessel. Bring the wounded wild to her.
You're on a path in the woods,
The
and
real
at the
Slay
end
the
of that
Princess starts
path
here. You'll
is
know
a
it when you
cabin.
see it.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
And that's where I'm going to leave it. It's late. I just wanted to kind of come back to stream a little bit. Because, I moved everything and a little catch up. And I want to offer my perspective on this game, to this game. So, thank you all to anyone who stopped by. And I'll catch you on the next stream.